Okay, good afternoon. I want to quickly do this video to complement the last video. I'm going to move to the topic on function, but I want to quickly look at the data output in Matlab. So let me quickly share my screen. Okay, data output in Matlab. Data output is very important because we also call it data export. Data input is getting data into Matlab itself, whereas data output, data export is writing into files out of Matlab. From Matlab environment, you write into files that can be accessed later. Matlab allows you to use your data in another application that reads ASCII files, ASCII American Standard Code for interchange. Now, for this, Matlab provides several data export options. Number one, you can create the following. You can create rectangular, delimited ASCII data file from an array. You can create a diary or log file of keystrokes and the resulting text output. You can create specialized ASCII file using low-level functions such as printf. You can also create MEX files to access your C, C++ or Fortran routine that writes to a particular text file format. Now, also, you can also export data to spreadsheets. There are two ways to export numeric array as a delimited ASCII data file. You can use the save function and specifying the ASCII qualifier. You can also use the DLM write function. So these are functions that are available. For the save function, you have save the name of your data, the file name you are writing to, my data.out, num array dash ASCII, where my data out is the delimiter ASCII data file created. Num array is the numeric array, and the dash ASCII is the specifier. Now, syntax for using the DLM write function is DLM, then write, my bracket open and close, then my data.out, my underscore data out, you put it into single quote, then comma, num underscore array, comma, then DLM underscore char, then there will be in single quote. Where my data is meter script data file created, that will be the name of the data file you are trying to create, then is the numeric array that you are using, and then this is the delimiter. So look up, for example, this is the num array, then save array underscore data one dot out, num array, this is num array dash ASCII. Now, then type array underscore data one dot out. Then you can DLM write array underscore data out code. Now these are the way they are used. Then you can say type array data out. Now look at it. When you run the file, you will have the following result. This for the first one, this one execute this, this one execute this. So please know that you can see this one gives you this output, and note that this one gives you this. So this type is to display the content of that particular file. Okay. Now, please note that the save dash ASCII command and it does not work with cell array as input. Okay, so it should be should take note of that. So create a delimited ASCII file from the content of a cell array. You can either convert the cell array to a matrix using the cell to matrix function. So that's why these functions are there, where you have to convert to matrix before you can, do the operation of writing to files. Then, or you can use you export the cell. Or you can export the cell array using low-level file input-output function. Now, if you use the self function to write a character array to ASCII file, it writes the ASCII equivalent of the character to the file. For example, let us write the word hello to a file. H is equal to, well, this is string hello. Now, save test data.out H dash ASCII, then type test data out. So it's going to write the ASCII equivalent of this HELLO is the ASCII equivalent. So Matlab will execute the above command and display the following result, which is the character of the string hello in 8-digit ASCII format. Writing to diary files is also possible. Diary files are activity log of Matlab session. Diary function creates an exact copy of your session in a disk file, excluding graphics. Okay, so you can turn on diary by typing diary, and then you can give the name of the log file you want to save the diary on into. Diary log data.out. Okay, and then after you have finished, you can turn off the diary function by typing diary off. You can open the diary file in a text editor. You can export that to text data files with low-level input-output with the fprintf, and then you need to open or create a file with fopen function and get the file identifier. So then after presenting the file, you need to close it with fclose. Okay, let's look at an example here. File identifier function here, file ID. Now, for example, look at this. Create a matrix Y. This is the text. This is the comment with 2 rows. X0 is equal to this 0 colon 10 colon 100. So this is going to create an array of numbers from 0 to 100 with increment of 10. Okay, then open a file for writing. FID is equal to file open log table.text, W. Now this W is the permission to write or append. Okay, such as WW is for write. When you see A, that is for append. Permission to write or append to that file. So when you are writing to a file that already has content, you specify with A, append, to append to the bottom of that file. But when you are writing to a new file, just use write. So, but if you use write to a file that already has content, it's going to wipe out, it's going to overwrite that. So check note. Now, the table header, this is fprintf, FID, that is the file ID, comma, log, then function. This will be the table header. It will print this, whatever you see is going to send to the screen, and it's going to, then this is for new line, okay? So this is going to be the header it's going to print. Then print values in column order. 2 values appear on each row of the file. Okay, this is the fprint file ID. Then this is %F, new line. Okay, then Y. So this is going to be the formatting, okay, of the output printing. Then fclose ID. Okay, it has opened the file here. Now it's closing it here. Now display the file created by typing the file. So you can see. Let's look at the output when we run this. You'll see when we run this. For instance, I can quickly, let me just run this for you as a test because I've opened the Matlab here. Let me see whether I can quickly, let me start a new script. Okay. I'll try to put the program in the content, those commands into script. Let me see whether I'm sharing. Yes, let me share this. Okay, you should be seeing my, you can see this is what I've put here. Now let me run this. Let me run this. Let me give it a name. File. Let me just say file output. Okay. Okay, let me run it. Okay, you can see. Okay, you can see this log function was put there by this line, fprintf file ID. Okay, this one will open the file for writing, and the name of the file is logtable.txt, and it is open for write function, write action. Then this, it will be printed as it is. Then this n is a new line, Okay, this is going to give you new line, and whatever you see in the code here will be returned there. But this new line is this /n is to generate the switch new line. Now you can see this is what is happening here. Now you can see this is it. So if I comment out this will not be typed out. Okay, you can see it's actually typing out the content of this file, log.table.txt. So if, for instance, I put percentage and I run it, see, you will not see any output. Can you see that? So that is how you can test the action of a particular command. You can see. Okay, so that is about that. Let me go back to data output. So I've just done that, so you can see this is the output, and that is about that. So I believe you have gotten a good grasp of writing data into files from Matlab. So that is for file output. For the input, let me do something about that because I want you to have that is data import. Now, I want to be a little bit explicit here. Importing data in Matlab means loading data from an external file, okay? And there will be many reasons why you have to do that. Because you need, probably you have generated an experimental data from any other file like Excel, like whatever, which you can import. So the import data function allows loading various data files of different formats. It has the following 5 forms, okay? A is equal to import data, then the file name. These are the function and their description. It will load the data into an array A from the file denoted by file name. So it's going to actually load that data into array A. And then you can also have A is equal to import data, single quote, dash, paste special. Loads data from the system clipboard rather than from a file, okay? Something is already in the clipboard. I've copied something from a place and it's already in clipboard. So it can load data from it and then you can import it into Matlab. A is equal to import data underscore, comma, delimiter, ln. This is interprets the delimiter ln as the column separator in ASCII file. The file name or the clipboard data, which can be used with any of the input arguments in the above syntax, can be used with any of this input argument. Okay, let's say we have this. A is going to import data, delimiter ln and headline ln. So loads data from this, reading starting from line this, and it can be increasing. Now, A delimiter out, delimiter, headlines out is equal to import data. Everything is bracket, underline, underscore. Return the detected delimiter character for the input ASCII file in the delimiter out, and the number of header lines in using any of the input arguments in the previous syntax. So by default, now I need to talk about GNU Octave. It's an open source counterpart to Matlab, so which you can also try out. So that's why the exercises on the web of tutorial points try to make use of Octave, GNU Octave for demonstration. So Octave does not have support for import data function. So you have to search and install this package to make following example work with your Octave. So if you have installed Octave, but in your Matlab that you already have, because I'm using Matlab now, so you don't have problem. Import data function will work. Let's look at an example. One, let us load and display an image, create a script file, and type the following code in it. File name, smile.jpg, this is a JPEG file. That's a picture file. A is equal to import data file name. So you're going to drop this file name here, and then image A is going to bring the image. So when you run the file, Matlab will display the image file. Now make sure that the smile.jpg is in the directory of your Matlab where it can be called. When you run the file, Matlab is the image file. However, you must store it in the current directory, yes, where you are running Matlab. So the stupid smile you have every time. The person you like sends you a text message. Okay, you can see. So that is what will appear there. Now, let's look at example 2. Example 2, in this example, we import a text file and specify the delimiter and column header. So let us create a delimiter ASCII file with the column header named weekly data.txt. Okay. Let me quickly